All right, let's jump right in. Today, we are diving into a really powerful new way to think about artificial intelligence. It's a way that shifts its entire purpose from just pure efficiency to something, well, something much more human: balance. So let's just start with this question right here. I mean, we are all in this race to use AI to squeeze out every last drop of productivity, right? To get more and more done in less and less time. But this entire explainer is built on a fascinating, kind of counterintuitive idea. What if the real job of automation isn't just to make us better machines, but to actually free us up to be better humans?
To really get this new approach, we first have to take a hard look at how we define success right now. For decades, it's been this relentless push for more output, more productivity, and honestly, it's often led to massive burnout and this feeling of being totally disconnected from our work and, from each other. It's pretty clear we need a new model.
And this slide just lays it out so perfectly, doesn't it? The old model on the left, that's basically a machine's definition of success. It's all about pure, raw output. But the new model on the right, it introduces this almost revolutionary idea: sustainable performance. A world where our ability to connect, to have empathy, doesn't just sit alongside earning, it actually makes it better.
And this brings us right to the heart of our explainer today. It's a philosophy called AI for balance, and it's a completely new way of looking at a relationship with technology.
So here's the absolute key. This is not about AI taking over. Not at all. Think of it like a strategic partnership. AI takes on all the transactional, the repetitive, honestly, the soul-crushing tasks off our plates, so that we, the humans, can double down on the skills that AI just can't touch: creativity, big picture thinking, and real, deep emotional connection. Okay, so let's see how this actually plays out. It turns out AI has two totally distinct but super critical roles in our work and in our lives. It's not just about what the AI does, but about what it empowers us to do. I love this slide because it boils the entire philosophy down to just 6 powerful words: automate the transactional, amplify the relational. It's about letting the machines handle the predictable stuff, the administrative work, the data crunching, so we can finally make space for the irreplaceable human stuff: the real conversations, the mentorship, the trust building, the things that actually drive culture and innovation. Okay, let's really dig into this table, because this is where it gets super concrete. Just look at workload and time. As an automator, AI handles the scheduling, the data entry, whatever. But as an augmenter, that same automated scheduling now frees you up for a deep, strategic conversation you never would have had time for. Or think about decision-making. The automator crunches the performance data. But the augmenter, well, it can flag patterns of burnout that a human leader might totally miss, letting them step in with empathy and real support. See? It's a perfect partnership. So, this all sounds amazing in theory, right? But how do we actually build a world that works this way? Well, the source material lays out a really clear 3-step playbook for us. And this transformation, it isn't just about buying some new software. No way. It requires a fundamental shift in 3 core areas. We have to completely reshape the culture of our workplaces, we have to rethink the principles that guide our technology, and we have to redefine what it even means to be a leader in this new age. So let's start with the environment itself. If we want to make space for empathy, we have to build workplaces that actually value it from the ground up. So how do we do that? Well, first, you have to audit what's called emotional labor. That's that hidden, exhausting work of managing your emotions to do your job, like a customer service agent who has to be cheerful no matter what. We can use data to find those roles and support them. Second, you have to create psychological safety, a space where it's okay to be vulnerable, to ask for help, to admit a mistake without being afraid. And finally, you have to measure what matters. This means putting well-being metrics like employee retention and burnout scores right up there with the financial KPIs. Because what gets measured gets managed, and it is time we started managing for humanity. Okay, next up, we have to change how we build the tools themselves. It's not enough to just use AI for good, we have to actually design it for good, right from the very start. And this image, it just says it all, doesn't it? This design thinking cycle puts empathize right there at the very beginning. It's all about building technology that understands and serves real human needs instead of forcing us humans to adapt to whatever the technology demands. So, the crucial move here is to ask these dignity questions while we're building this stuff.
Before we roll out some new AI scheduling tool, for example, we have to stop and ask, does this actually give a worker more control over their own time? Or does it just track them more aggressively? Does it respect their dignity, their autonomy? These are not soft questions. They're absolutely essential for building technology that truly serves people.
And finally, for the third and final piece of the puzzle, leadership. And this is huge, because none of this works without a profound shift in what it means to lead. In a world where AI can manage tasks, human leaders must now manage meaning. So in this new world, a leader's most vital skill isn't just managing output anymore. AI is great at that. The new mandate is to lead with vulnerability, to create trust, and to communicate the why behind all the work. Just think about it. AI can track all the data, but only a human leader can turn that data into a story of shared purpose and personal meaning. And that is a uniquely human skill.
So when you put all of this together, an empathetic workplace, human-centric tech, and this new kind of leadership, what do you actually get? Well, it's not just a nicer way to work. It's a smarter way. It's about building a real, durable, strategic advantage in a world that is changing faster than ever.
And here it is. This is the key takeaway of this whole explainer. When all the transactional tasks can be automated by anyone, anywhere, the only thing that's going to set you, your team, or your company apart is your ability to connect, to create, and to innovate. Empathy isn't the opposite of earning. It's the key that unlocks it for the long term. So that leaves us with just one final thought, a question really meant for you. We've seen how AI can be a partner in building a more balanced, more human-centric future. The only question left is, how will you use it to redefine what success looks like for you?